What's up, y'all? You're on the sidelines with the Sideline Guys. This is your boy, John Torado. Over here, with my man, Derrick Myers, the OG,
Yes, sir.
the man that runs it all. You feel me? Y'all here with your, I'm over here at the Knicks fan doing what I do out here, being miserable. But, new season's here. New season's starting.
Yeah, man.
And we're ready to get excited for this thing, man. Got a bunch of trades that happened, some free agency stuff popping up. We got the NBA draft coming up tomorrow. So, Derek, what you
Which is
thinking, man?
that's crazy because I honestly,
You
so
think it's a
I
little too quick?
yes, I do. This is exactly why, and I said this to you guys when we were talking about the season coming back. This is exactly why I did not want to continue the previous season. End it, and then we could have just started this whole process back then. And
I mean,
and
do you think it's like what you worried about players like sitting and not playing and stuff like that, or
that's gonna happen for sure.
yeah?
I
I
know
mean, but that
for
happens
sure.
regardless, though.
Yeah, but
You know what I
I
mean?
know for
So
a fact Kimba
yeah.
Walker is not playing a lot of
Oh
games
hell
this coming
no! They
season.
already said Porzingis from Dallas. He's what they say January 15th minimum before he's
January,
even on the court
yeah,
practicing.
January or February before
So
we even see him. So
like makes sense. I
it
mean, why
make
would
it
you
makes
risk it?
sense. Yeah, it makes sense. But I mean, regardless, we're here. Um,
Yeah, we're here, bro.
and I'm excited. I forgot the draft was even this week. I forgot about the draft and Thanksgiving. Like I thought,
Everything
I
is
thought
this
we had
week
like,
except Thanksgiving. We
yeah,
got trades were allowed starting yesterday. We got the
yeah.
draft tomorrow, and we got the free agency potential signings on Friday. So,
Yeah. I
I
thought we
mean,
had 2 weeks or so
shit,
for
you're
this
talking
stuff.
about by Tuesday, every team is different.
Oh,
Just
for
about
sure. Yeah, yeah.
except the Knicks, they'll still be shitting. But anyway, so we're here for this for some of these trades. Let's talk about the first trade that popped up. It was the Lakers getting Dennis Schroeder. He
Yes.
was obviously the second and six man voting of the year for the NBA with the Thunder. Um, Hell of an improvement from the Hawks. Like I mean, I thought he was good in the Hawks, but I didn't
Yeah,
think he'd be this good. Going forward. So,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, what do you think? So obviously they traded away Danny Green. They lost a little bit of shooting. Schroeder has some kind of shooting. He's not when Danny Green is on shooting, obviously.
Yeah.
But also they gave up another first rounder. So, I mean, what do you think? What's your opinion? Do you think that the Lakers is that a good fit? I mean, do you think that means the end for Rondo?
Definitely means the end for Rondo. I, I
Yeah.
I think I think it's the end for Rondo in LA, potentially going back to Boston. I don't know, but that's kind of like what
Oh,
I'm starting to
you
suspect.
guys could use a floor general like that, man.
That would be beautiful. Um,
Right.
so yeah, I think it's a win-win-win. In all
Definitely. I mean,
honestly,
so definitely him
yeah.
leaving the Lakers. I know you're mad as hell he ever went to the Lakers,
Bruh,
but
yeah,
I think so. For me, I think the Lakers it improves them. Rondo did bring a lot to the team. I think they don't win that championship without him.
exactly.
But
Yeah,
Schroeder brings a lot of speed, athleticism. They're missing a lot of that.
youth.
Danny Green wasn't that youth. Schroeder, I
Yeah,
think, is 28, 29,
yeah, yeah.
compared to 35
I
for
think
LeBron. So
it's gonna be interesting because from what it looks like, Rondo and Bradley will both be leaving LA.
yeah,
You're losing Green.
Bradley's still. He said he's thinking about opting out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that if I'm not mistaken, uh Dwight Howard or Boogie Cousins could be gone too. And
Okay.
Boogie wasn't even like playing, so it's
Really
like you're not
considered,
really
right?
losing anything.
So
But
I think I could see Boogie staying only because he's close with Davis, and if he's going to
yeah.
sign a minimum deal anyway, I think Howard needs to go get that bank though.
So you think it's Dwight Howard that walks and Boogie that steps up. That kind of makes sense. I wouldn't. It would be interesting to see where Dwight Howard would go from there. Does he go to the
Uh,
Warriors? You know what I'm saying?
so
Does
I could
JaVale
see
McGee
him.
stay?
Hmm,
Those are two
that I
different
mean,
guys.
one of them got to go, right?
One's
I
got to
mean,
go.
you
Yeah,
you can keep one or the other, and then you keep Cousins for sure. I think
yeah,
Cousins would stay there. I mean, he's comfortable. They kind of I think they made some kind of de facto agreement, like, hey, we have to release you for the roster spot, but we'll bring you back next year.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Which sucks.
I mean, what is he though?
Does he get a championship ring then?
He will because he I think once he played for them at all,
Okay,
which he
okay,
did.
Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah,
became eligible.
yeah,
There's certain weird stuff like if you're traded mid-year, you can't technically, but if you're with the team to start the year, you can. Like some weird, I don't
yeah,
know. The rules are stupid with the ring shit anyway. Who cares?
yeah,
Just give it to him. What does it matter if you know what I mean?
yeah,
The NBA ain't gonna stop you from giving it to him. But
yeah.
so I mean, you know him being close. So you mentioned Rondo possibly to the Celtics. Do you think that spells the end for Hayward though? Because you're almost saying to me in a way, and this is my thinking from the outside looking in more so, but floor general, a guy that can come in and lead the floor, right?
Yeah.
That's what Hayward was doing. So that's taking away the one thing Hayward does best, in my opinion.
No, no. So Hayward does a lot. Like he is a floor general. Um, he's really good defensively, but he's just able to be in different positions that he needs to be in, like
Right.
without question. So I don't think it spells it in for Hayward. I think it would spell the end for Brad Wanamaker.
Okay.
So if you insert Rondo on the bench with Marcus Smart, I think that'd be good. I don't know what Hayward's gonna do. He has till 5 o'clock today to opt in.
Right.
It's
A lot of
currently
players do. I think every player has who has
yeah,
player option. Yeah.
yeah, 1:44 right now the recording. So we'll see what happens. Um, I think he's cutting it down to the wire. I think he'll ultimately stay because you don't like who's gonna walk away from 30 was it 32 34 million
Would
for
make
one
sense.
year. Like
No.
I don't see him walking away from that because I don't
No,
know that
definitely not.
who's I know he's looking to get that Al Horford deal. Here's the thing about the Al Horford deal. That was Philly trying to, you know, be petty
That
and
was that
get
was more
him.
so taking Horford away from you rather than getting
Yeah,
Horford.
yeah.
I mean, we all
Had
know that.
literally had nothing to do with what they
No,
thought he was
no, not
worth.
for me. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
so I don't know that Gordon Hayward leaves the Celtics today and goes in to get $130 million contract
You know, one
somewhere else.
hypothetical trade that maybe this never, probably more than likely never happens, but I like if you get Rondo,
Hmm.
get some shooting, you know, sign some like a core or something like that. Hayward for Horford. I mean, you guys could use a guy like Horford.
I,
For that contract is crazy. We know that obviously. I'm
yeah,
not talking. Take the numbers out of it. Take the contract out of it. That
contract out.
Horford's what you're missing, right?
I love Horford
A low post defender, great with that. What do you call that? Handing off the ball off the post,
with the oh yeah
making the
yeah
offense move. The
yeah
post, you know,
yeah
the wheels coming around. Like you know,
yeah.
Jalen Brown likes to cut off the wheel and stuff like that. Knows the offense. I mean, like
He's
I wish he
wonderful in pick
wasn't
and
on
roll.
that contract. I wish he was just a free agent. You guys can get back.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but God, you guys need that, man. Something like that. But
See, here's the thing. I think that my wishful thought is Philly buys him out and then we could just scoop him back up. That's
right.
not happening. That
Yeah,
is not
buyouts are so
happening.
tough these days. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to split up all of that money for the next God knows how many years. So
Yeah, it's not
it's
happening.
just.
Daryl Morey's not doing that. I
I,
think what could
Go ahead.
happen is they trade him to Sacramento. That's what it's starting to feel like.
I can see that.
I'm
Almost
start
like that feels to me almost like Zach Randolph getting traded there back in the day,
Yeah, yeah.
like end
Because
of the career.
yeah,
you know.
I think what will likely happen is that he gets traded to Sacramento for like a Buddy Hield.
Oh God,
So
that'd be a wait. So we're talking about the Sixers, right? So
yeah,
that'd be
yeah,
a smart decision. Are they
that'd
going
be
to
a,
do
yeah. But see, that's the thing. You got Daryl
that?
Morey there right now,
Oh, you know
and
what? Yeah, yeah. I forgot
that's
he's there now.
what I'm starting to think is going to end up happening
Right.
is Buddy Hill will be with the Sixers. Um, I don't know though. I don't know. I mean, they could definitely
Buddy, I
use
mean,
him.
Buddy Hill's going to be out. He's been complaining
Yeah,
there for 2 years now, and he hates Luke
yeah.
Walton, so
They
he's
could
out of
use him
there.
in Philly. And that'll fill in that gap to where you're talking about the Harden Ben Simmons swap. I don't see that happening right now either.
If
Um,
Harden really wants out, I think he gets out. I mean, we've seen so many times players just find their way out anyway.
yeah,
But the question is, what are the Sixers willing to give up? Because
yeah.
you ain't just gonna give up Ben Simmons. I'm telling you right now.
No,
Like that doesn't do it for me.
Ben is the first piece, but I think you'd have to throw. I forgot the numbers,
Like
but
Anthony Davis type of deal,
yeah,
right? Like
you'd have to throw in a
four
couple
first round
pieces.
picks.
Yeah, Yeah.
at least. I mean, the homeboy, Zaire Smith, the shooting guard that they got,
Yeah.
the one that got injured.
Yeah.
He was just drafted last year. Like you got to throw him in there just for maybe he's good
Filler.
for you type of scenario. Yeah,
Hmm.
filler. Um,
I wouldn't be
I don't know,
surprised if they
man.
try to dangle Al Horford. I wouldn't be
I mean, so
surprised if they try it.
so being that Daryl Morey is there, I think the Sixers before Morey hope they can get Harden to pair with Embiid.
Yeah.
But getting Morey in there probably helps the scenario and makes Harden more comfortable to go there.
Yeah.
I think Harden and Embiid. Harden's never had a big man. I mean, we've always said maybe that's what he
Yeah.
needed.
But
So
here's the thing: Harden is under contract until 23. I like he. I don't see him forcing himself out of Houston right now.
right,
The leverage is actually with Houston because fine, you don't want to be here, cool, but we're going to trade you somewhere that benefits us with assets.
right.
Philly doesn't have all those assets unless you're talking about Ben Simmons as like the centerpiece of the deal. So
Right.
I don't know that Harden actually gets traded. It doesn't look to me. It doesn't look like he's going to get traded.
No, I mean, so well, he denied 50 million a year, so that's what people think he's
Yeah,
going to. Who the
yeah.
hell would do that?
Dave Chappelle.
I would play for the goddamn Bobcats before they were the Hornets, like
Yeah.
for 50 million. That's just me.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
for
come on.
sure. Yeah, I'll get a
Like,
ring. I'll get a ring later down the road.
fuck a ring, man. I'll get a ring when I'm 41. I'm ring chasing. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll buy my own team, but no. So I think they would be a fit. I think the Sixers would be a fit. I think Doc Rivers knows how to handle a lot of personalities. I think Harden is
Yeah,
that. Obviously,
yeah,
Embiid is that.
yeah.
Harden would respect Embiid, and obviously, in turn, respects Morey, which is why they brought him in. I just don't see the Rockets having any push to do it. They have no reason to
There's
say
no
I want to
reason.
trade my superstar.
Yeah,
The only
yeah.
thing I can say is 3 years down the road, Harden's still in his prime, but he's older. Will you be able to get as much as return right now in his prime? So
Right.
I really think they could get. I mean, if Paul George can get you 5 first round picks,
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Harden's going to get you 5 or 6.
I don't see them doing that with Philly unless there's like a 3 or 4 team trade.
Yeah. Oh, like a bunch of pieces moving and
Yeah,
stuff like that. I mean,
yeah.
but you know what? For me, in terms of the Rockets, like they're going to trade Westbrook. That's happening, 100%. But
But
Westbrook
what's the
is going to be
market
gone.
for him? What's the market for him? Because
The
I don't
Knicks
see
and
anything.
and Charlotte. That's it. That's all they
Yeah,
said.
and Michael Jordan already came out and said he's not trading his
He
draft
turned
pick
a first round
for
pick,
Westbrook.
and the
Yeah.
Knicks said they are not trading their own picks. They will trade the Dallas picks, one of them. We have 2 Dallas picks from Porzingis,
Hmm.
and then we have the Clippers pick for 27th
What
overall this year.
what rounds are those picks for
All
Porzingis?
of our picks are first rounders.
Okay.
All the picks we received via trade, we traded Morris to the Clippers for a first round pick.
Uh-huh.
And we traded Porzingis for 2 first round picks and cap relief essentially. We should have got more for Porzingis, just me, but
Yeah.
um,
But
but either way, they're
what do you trade? Like what's the in your mind, what's a trade scenario
for the Knicks.
for Westbrook?
So
Yeah,
I think the Rockets want to get under the luxury cap.
for sure.
So what has always been a thing is, hey, we have cap space for one. We have 40
Right.
million cap space.
Right.
We can absorb almost all of Westbrook's contracts, and not only that, we can send you expiring contracts in return,
Right.
right? So we can send them Portis and Gibson and campaign. And I mean, we have every player, which I don't understand. This is one of maybe the 3 smart things they've done in the past 10 years.
Hmm.
Everybody they signed last year was a player 1+1, but
Yeah.
team
Yeah.
option, not player option. So
Yeah.
we had the decision to keep them or not,
Yeah.
which never happens for the
Right.
Knicks.
Right.
But we have that, so that's good though. We can then yes opt in, but then after this year, the Rockets are clear of any cap space or
Right.
any cap penalties. So we have that to offer, expiring contracts. We have the cap space to just absorb the contract if we want to. Um, and honestly, I'd be okay with trading that Clippers pick at 27,
Hmm.
and the furthest Dallas pick, whichever one. I think it's 2024 or 25 or something.
And
Because at that
Westbrook.
point, is Luka Doncic gone or Dallas sucks again, so that pick could be end
Yeah.
up being top 5. Like
Yeah.
it's enticing for the
Yeah.
Rockets, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to give up the 8th pick. I don't think we should trade any of our picks. No future picks. Don't ruin their future for nothing.
Right.
I'm not giving up our core of Barrett, Robinson. I'd be okay with Randall if it was necessary. I don't
What
think it
about
is.
Neil Kina?
I'd be okay with Neokina going, but in a way not because you pair him next to Westbrook. I mean, he's the defender for Westbrook.
That's a good
I mean, you
backcourt.
seen him ball, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a defender.
He's a baller.
He's the type of guy that
Yeah,
plays well with superstars. He would
yeah.
play well with in the Celtics, or he play well in the Lakers or the Rockets, even
Right.
when they were doing their thing. So for me, I think that would be enough. I mean, Westbrook is he's not hot right now in the eyes of the NBA.
Hmm.
So we're not trading the bank for him. That just ain't
Right.
happening.
Right. Right. Right.
But I would only do it if that were the scenario for me. And
Yeah.
I think that's what the Knicks have straight up said. That this is all we're doing. You can take it and get the cap relief, or you can stay in luxury tax hell for the next 3 years. It's up to you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's really what it is, bro. Because you're honestly you're keeping Westbrook and Harden who are unhappy. You're
Hmm.
gonna have a shit season because they're unhappy. One of
Hmm.
them ends up getting traded. You end up being worse. You don't have your draft picks because you traded so much to try to help Harden.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just hurting yourself, right? Get as many draft picks and players as you can. Young, 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 young.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
And they and
So
they just traded Robert Covington for Trevor Ariza,
yeah, and that was the next
which
the next trade. It's why
I don't that one made no sense to me. I mean, okay. I mean, that's better. That's better for wait. That was with Portland, right?
Yeah,
That
so
trade was
Portland gets Rocco and the Rockets get Ariza, who's on his last year. It's like a
yeah,
they can buy him out and just not care.
yeah.
Like
I don't even know if Ariza actually stays. That was a much
oh,
better deal for Portland, to be
right,
completely honest.
right.
I don't know, man. I Westbrook, I could see the Knicks being a viable destination, but I don't know. I really don't know who else would be a.
A spot for him. I
I
mean,
don't. It just doesn't.
I,
It doesn't make any sense to
no
me.
team. The thing is, like, so it's weird with. I think the Knicks with what we keep compared to what we traded, the players who would be around Westbrook, he'd
Hmm.
fit in very well there.
Yeah,
We don't have a point guard, at least a long term point guard.
yeah.
His
That gets
skill
him back
set
to
and
that OKC role.
his triple double skill set, taking over the squad,
Yeah,
helping out the young guys. You got Mitchell Robinson, which we all know is a big baller in terms of rebounds and pick and roll and offensive rebounds. Hustler, just like Westbrook, you respect him. Barrett's young, has a lot of game in him. So I mean, for me, I'm for it if not giving up too much. Like Westbrook
right.
isn't what he used to be, right? We all know that, but he's still going to
Yeah,
be enough, I think, to make us 30 to 35, maybe 40 wins if things go really well, which
yeah,
in the East that gets you in the playoffs. And
yeah.
the play-in tournament is this year. So we can be the 10th seed
Oh
and
yeah,
still
that's
have a
right.
chance to make the playoffs.
That's
So
right. That's right.
it's seventh and eighth seed you need to win two games to get one or the other.
Yeah.
So I mean, so realistically, Westbrook gets us there. Like we're in the play-in tournament for sure.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I think the Rockets are dumb for the Covington trade. I think the Portland is going to be really good. Covington can defend, rebound, shoot the ball.
That
Basically, a
was a
better Mellow right
that
now.
was that was a perfect move for them.
Like
That
what better fit? I can't think of one.
Yeah, I like
You
the
know, and
Rodney
who's to say
Hood.
they don't go after Dwight Howard again and
Right,
bring him back and
right,
have him run the paint a little bit, do the 20 minutes a game,
right.
and when you go small, put Rocco at center. I mean,
Yeah, and
why
and
not?
Rodney Hood declining his option, like it makes sense now.
Oh
They
yeah,
they got Covington, so they really don't need him.
exactly. And you
Um,
know what? And if they decide to bring him back, they still have his rights, so they
right,
can go over the salary cap, bring him back, and have him be the six man.
right,
So I mean,
right.
I'm with that. I think the
Portland's gonna be very good next year. I think,
Dame Dollar's out and ready, bro,
yeah,
for
and
sure,
I
for
think the
sure.
only I said this like right when they got eliminated from the playoffs. The only reason why they didn't do more against the Lakers is because of everything they had to do for the playoffs to to get to the playoffs. That the final 8 games to be able to actually clinch that seed and be there, they did a lot. That took a lot out of Dame. So I think coming back refreshed, I think next season is going to be very interesting for Portland. And you're talking
Right.
about what, like a 72 game season. It's not going to be as grueling. So I'm expecting a lot from Portland next year. They're going to be
Right.
nice. And
Man, they can
is
end up being
Carmelo back?
a 2-3 seed
Yeah, yeah. And
for
and
sure.
if Carmelo's back, then yeah, I don't know. Like, wait, do you see Melo staying, or does he go back to New York?
I can see. I mean,
Because
so
think about
I
it. If
think if
if you guys
Westbrook
trade
goes
for
there,
Westbrook, if you guys trade for Westbrook and then Melo comes there, that's gonna be interesting.
that so for me, you're looking at a lineup like Robinson, Randall, Mello, Barrett, Westbrook. I mean, that's not bad.
Not bad at
I,
all.
Randall might be the odd man out. Find a way to get traded or something. But
Yeah.
I mean, in the East, eighth, ninth seed, and that's enough to get the play-in tournament. So,
Hey man.
look, I think Melo could make a difference. I think he does want to come back. I think it depends if we get another star. He doesn't want to go. He's not going to help mentor a young team. That's just
Right.
not. I mean,
Right.
realistically, I mean, obviously, we're not a contender.
Yeah.
Um, but he ain't gonna come to some scrub team either. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Nah, I
all
get
right.
it.
So, what you think about this CP3 to the Suns, man? Bruh, I'm telling you, man.
Phenomenal.
I-
Phenomenal.
Are they?
They're
I
gonna be
I
interesting
I,
this year.
I don't want to say it.
Go ahead and say it, because I know you're
I,
thinking it.
are they the team to beat in the West? Are they?
Bro, look, I'll say like this. I didn't think OKC was going to do anything last year. They completely proved me wrong. Completely proved me wrong. What they have in Phoenix, I think, is a little bit more proven than what OKC had for last year.
Right.
I'm expecting at worst fifth seed for them. Fifth or
Ah,
sixth at
that's
worst.
worse. That's worse for me. I mean, you got to think about it. You got Aiton, who didn't even play in the bubble
Right.
much. Okay.
Right.
Um, hell of a pick and roll player. And what's Chris Paul's specialty? Pick and roll, pick and pop.
Yep.
You got Booker, who's gonna probably be an all pro or all NBA.
Mm-hmm.
If he plays like he played in the bubble all year. You
Mm-hmm.
got TJ Warren, who played like fucking Jordan during the
Yeah.
bubble. And if he keeps up the momentum, you never know, except when he plays against Jimmy for some reason, but whatever.
Oh
Um,
no, Warren was in Indiana.
wait. Oh, TJ
TJ.
Warren was that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
bugging.
Yeah.
That's right. He was balling for them. That's why he was scared of Jimmy because he actually had to play him in the East.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
listen. I respect Warren. I wish Warren was still on the Phoenix. On Phoenix, actually, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm bugging about that. They did trade him out, which was
Yeah.
dumb. But
That
either
was
way,
that was.
no. But either way, I mean, well, you got CP3, Booker, Aiton as a big three.
Yeah.
So, bro,
The only thing about that trade that made me kind of like is Kelly Oubre.
you know what? And I saw some actually on the OTS group. Somebody
Mhm.
mentioned that like they were like, "Oh, Ubre's gonna ball out." I'm like, and somebody else is like, "Yo, he got traded." They're like, "Damn, that sucks because what CP3 brings to the team,
Mhm.
along with Booker and Aiton, would have opened up Ubre's game,
Oubre would have been
slasher, cutter, every little, almost like Jeremy Grant with the Nuggets.
exactly.
Like his role would have been solidified as that, right?
Yeah.
Um, and now he's gone. So
Yeah.
bye.
And what's
But
messed up is
honestly,
they did a photo shoot of their city jerseys with Kelly Oubre
I
like
know
3 or 4 days ago.
they're gonna
And
have to edit like another face on it or something.
yeah.
Put CP3's face and make it shorter. You know about that and shit. I don't.
Yeah.
But dude, honestly, I think they should go after a couple veterans. James Jones is the GM there, and
Yes. Yeah.
well, Champ. Champ.
And
They call him
and
Champ.
and and Monty Williams is the coach.
Right, and they got some pull, man. They can go to a Trevor Ariza if he ends up a free agent and says, "Hey, look what I got here. Come on, we need some vets."
Yeah.
So for me, I think if they can get some veteran presence, is like besides CP3, obviously, just some other like a vet wing or something like that. Man, that could
What
be my surprise to the fucking West, bro.
what about Melo?
So Mello with CP3 again. Maybe,
That
maybe. I mean, you put
that
Aiton
could
Mello, get
that
a
could
veteran
work.
wing that's athletic. It could work, man.
That could work.
I mean, Melo's shooting well.
Yeah. Yeah, that could work.
That's not out of the question. I think again, CP3 has pull. He knows people in the league.
Yeah.
He's boys with Melo, so it's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Melo to the Lakers though, bro. Him and Brown been wanting to play together since Miami.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know. I
I
know.
I I don't think see Melo for him. He's always thought he's better than Brown. Don't I'm not saying he's right.
Hmm.
He's always
It's a
go way back.
competitor.
Always thought yeah. I mean that
He's a
I
competitor.
respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Scream it.
I
Scream
w-
it to the day you can't scream it no more.
I
Yeah, you could
wouldn't
be
expect
retired on a
anything.
chair. Listen, they're gonna be retired, 60 years old, laying on a couch, barely able to stand up, and Melo's gonna say, "Fuck you, I was always better." Like he don't care how many rings LeBron got. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I wouldn't expect anything
I
less from a
respect that.
competitor. I would not expect
Right.
anything less. So
Oh yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
know, Melo to LA. I could see that too. I could. I mean,
Right.
I don't know. But I think Phoenix is a more appealing team today than they were 2 days ago.
Right.
So some of these free agents, like you got Kyle Korver, JJ Redick, you know, well JJ Redick's not a free agent yet, I don't think. I think he's got one more year in his contract, but there's gonna be free agents that will be looking at Phoenix for sure,
Yeah. I mean, why not,
for sure.
bro? They can. I want to see how all the rosters turn out. We got a lot to
Yeah,
go through the draft and everything, and who's
yeah.
traded and whatnot. But honestly, bro, right now, without anything else happening, I got them top three in the West.
Top three. I'm not mad at it, but see, I had to put them around 4 or 5 because Denver, Utah. I'm not doing this in order, so anyone
No, no,
listening,
no, no.
don't.
I listen. The Lakers fans are gonna pop up in here. I can hear
Yeah,
Big Mike right now saying, "What the fuck, the motherfuckers
yeah. Well, see, the
say?"
Lakers. I got to see what they're gonna do with their roster because
Oh, they got a
there's
lot to do.
yeah, they're moving a lot of pieces right now. So
Right.
I don't know that I can automatically put them as top three or even repeating next year. That's just to be determined. But in terms of set rosters right now, Denver, Portland, Utah, um, Phoenix. Depending on what the Clippers do, I think the Clippers on paper still look good. I just
I hate the
don't.
Clippers.
I don't know what the hell they're doing. Like,
I hate the Clippers.
yeah,
I just don't respect
Dallas. It,
Dallas.
there's a lot of teams that that have set rosters that um the West is gonna be stupid next year. Like it was really good this year. It's gonna be stupid next year. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen, and it's mainly because of what Phoenix just did.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so we'll
So
see.
uh, we'll revisit this next episode. We
Yeah,
got. I
yeah,
think the next episode should be after all the signings and everything like that. But
yeah.
I want to say top three, bro. Like like with Dallas and Porzingis being out, Porzingis isn't practicing on the court until January 15th.
Right.
You can't put them top three without Porzingis. It's just impossible. I
Oh yeah,
mean,
no, 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 no,
and other things
no.
could happen
Yeah.
along the way. And I'm talking. So when I say top three, I'm saying standings by the end of the year if everybody's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, Porzingis isn't. So by the time he's
Mm-hmm.
back, he keeps them in that 5-6. Hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
Doncic might just ball out and put them top four. Who knows?
Which is not hard for him.
No, I mean Doncic is a fucking. He's the next LeBron. He's the next like everybody's gonna talk about Doncic like they talk about LeBron. That's gonna be what the case is. So
Yeah.
him and Tatum will be battling out for that top spot, brother.
Yeah, I think Tatum's gonna take it.
Well, listen, it'll be fun to watch. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Um, Next trade we got, and I think there's a lot of differing opinions out there on it about how much they gave up compared to what the player is that you're getting. But Milwaukee traded for both Drew Holiday and Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Yes.
Um,
Underrated move.
I think this could be the best team in the league, and I'll explain that in a second. But let's talk about what they gave up.
Yeah.
Pelicans got Eric Bledsoe. So in total, including Bogdan and Holiday's contract, Eric Bledsoe, George Hill, um, the 2020 first, a 2024 swap of the first, 2025 first, 2026 swap of the first, and 2027 first.
Yeah.
That is five controllable draft picks.
Yeah.
That is more than they got for Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Because you also
They
include
got those picks back.
so give me Bledsoe over Josh Hart, right?
Yeah.
You could say that.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Pelicans had got Ingram from the Lakers as well. But
Yeah.
you gave up essentially more.
Bro,
And
to
they
be
better hope they keep him.
to be completely honest,
Giannis.
I think Milwaukee still loses Giannis. I think they do. Um, and I think this, to me, it was more so solidified when they let Brogdon walk last year. To me, that was the more significant move,
Right.
because Brogdon is he's a significant piece. He was a significant piece for Milwaukee. So I don't know how much noise Milwaukee's going to make with this roster because they don't have a lot of depth now. Wesley Matthews declined his option.
Right.
Robin Lopez declined his option. Um, if those guys walk, which I believe they will, you're looking at Brooke Lopez still being there for right now, for the time being. Um, I don't see they're gonna have a nice top five, but their depth is not gonna be really that good.
Top five is really good. I mean, I could see Robin staying there because Brooks there. Um, for
I don't know if
me,
that's enough. I don't know if that's enough.
well, it depends on money. I mean, he's gonna go
Yeah.
for the most he can get for sure. But I think they have probably a couple of like the mid level exceptions to give him or whatever. So
Hmm.
it depends. I mean, they think that roster's good enough to make it to the chip. It might come back on a cheap deal.
See, here's the thing:
Um,
Giannis still has not proven himself in the playoffs.
no,
So they're gonna be a good regular season team, as they
again,
have been for the last 4 or 5 years.
right?
They're gonna be a good regular season team, and then once they face Boston, Toronto, Miami, one of those teams, they're out. It's just that's just what happens with them. That's
Right.
just exactly how it goes for them. So I don't see, or even the Sixers, but I just don't see Milwaukee keeping Giannis. I don't see I don't see them doing much this season. Now the Bogdanovich trade to me is the more underrated move. That he is a really good shooter, which they definitely needed to have
He's a
that.
baller, man.
Yeah, they
Lakers like begged to get him,
yeah,
for Kuzma or whatever. But
yeah, yeah. I think we were trying to trade for him like last year too.
right,
But yeah, Bogdanovich is a that was a great move. I salute the move. The
right.
Drew Holiday move, I don't think you needed to give up so much for Drew Holiday.
I'd say if they
That
gave
was a
up less, I'd be
lot.
okay with it. But you're so compare total package of what you gave up to what you received, right? So you gave up 5 future picks,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah,
God forbid, let's say he leaves. We don't know for sure if he will. I think he will
yeah,
eventually, whatever.
yeah,
If he leaves, those picks are now great picks because you're only good because of Giannis, right?
yeah, yeah,
So you better hope he signs that 5 year max because
yeah,
that at least extends you through the rest of those picks, which
yeah.
it don't, in turn it doesn't hurt you, right?
Hmm.
Um, I- is Drew Holiday that much of a difference than Bledsoe?
Well, hold up.
So
Yes, and I'll
I
say
will
why.
say yes and no. So yes, because I think he's a better locker room presence.
Hmm.
Yes, because I think he gives more of a point guard mindset and
Hmm.
will be a great floor general, run a little bit of the pick and roll with Giannis and give him the space he needs, things like that.
Hmm.
Yes, a little bit of a better 3 point shooter.
Hmm.
I think they're the same defensively. They both have two
Yes.
all NBA defensive teams, right? They
Yep.
both have two each.
Yep.
Um, they, I mean, Giannis literally won DPOI because of you don't win DPOI by yourself, right?
For
You don't win
sure.
defensive player of the year
Yeah.
by yourself. You have to have a
Yeah.
defensive team. You can't
Yeah.
just be a shitty defensive team and then you know what I mean win that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so Bledsoe was a part of that, right? Like he
Hmm.
let him and Middleton are great defensive players. We all knew that.
Hmm.
Do
Hmm.
I do I think Drew has more to offer? Maybe a little bit more of an offensive package
Yes.
instead of just a straight dive. At Bledsoe against you guys, he just dove to the hole every time trying to
Oh,
get a foul.
he
He
crumbled.
couldn't do shit. So
Yeah.
would Holiday do better against you guys? I'd argue
Yes.
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 Better. I mean, I don't think he's going to dominate, but I think he'd do better.
Yeah.
Um, so it's all costs of result. The
Yeah.
For me, if Giannis doesn't sign the 5 year super max before December 10th or whatever date is the deadline,
Hmm.
it's a lost deal. You lost the deal
Oh, for sure.
because he's leaving. I mean, if he doesn't sign the max now, he's leaving.
You only do this. You only do these two trades if you absolutely believe he will sign.
Which makes me almost think that he's told him he will. But what did Anthony Davis say? What did every player say to end up getting traded because they want to get out of there?
Yeah,
Oh, I'll sign, sure, but
yeah.
they'll rock with this team for a year. Notice that it wasn't good enough.
Kyrie Irving. Hello.
Kyrie Irving was out of nowhere
He
too.
did
Like
that.
you
He did
just
that twice. He
that's
did
a
that to
perfect example.
Cleveland. He did that to Cleveland, and then he did
Even
that to
then in
Boston.
Boston. And it's like
So
that is a
yeah,
perfect example. So things
yeah,
just turn for the worse sometimes. You have a bad falling out with the coach. Somebody
yep,
in the front office says something stupid. It pisses you off. You
yep,
disrespect your family when they come to the stadium. Like anything can happen. It's life. It's
yeah,
life and business. We all know how it goes.
yeah.
Um, but for me, I just dude, they could end up losing that trade bad. And remember, Milwaukee's not a hot spot for people for
Nah,
free agents wanting to go
nah.
there. They'll
And
want to go there because Giannis.
how about this? They weren't even a hot spot when Giannis was the is
Oh, for
as
free
Giannis
agents,
been
no,
there. They
yeah.
haven't been a hot spot for him.
This
So
might help. This trade might help. Maybe bring in like a mellow type of vet. Not mellow specifically,
yeah,
but something
yeah.
like that.
I don't see any like superstar going
No,
to
no, no,
Milwaukee.
no, no, no.
And
they can't anyway because the
right,
cap is all spent up.
right.
But
But
um,
I will say this: Drew Holiday, is more consistent offensively
I will say,
than
yep. Okay,
Eric Bledsoe.
okay.
So that's why I think that was a great move in terms
I
of the
I,
players,
I also
but
like
the
his flexibility.
package. Say again.
I also like his flexibility, right? So
Yeah,
he can. I mean, when Rondo was there with Cousins,
yeah,
Davis, and Holiday, he played the two,
yeah,
and he played the two all year and made all defensive team as a two.
yeah, yeah.
So I think he's a better fit.
He's a better fit for that team, but the
He,
package that they
but the
gave
thing
up.
is, he better be for what they gave up.
No, no, no,
No,
no.
you know
Not
what?
only
No,
that,
not a
no.
better fit.
Giannis better
Yeah.
stay for what they gave up.
Oh, listen, it starts. Point A for this trade to work is Giannis stays 5 more years, 6 more years, including this year. Step two is Holiday plays better than Bledsoe ever did.
Yes, which is not hard to do,
Step three is the finals appearance.
and they're not making it to the
Then
finals.
it's not worth it to me.
They're not making it to the final.
Like
I
no,
know
I
they
love
think
Holiday
they
as a
will.
player. I've said, I mean, you can go back and just like search Drew Holiday and my name in the group. I've mentioned him
Yeah,
many times for many different teams.
yeah,
He's a great player and will make a difference.
yes.
I don't think for what they gave up, that cost and effect is going to make sense.
It because it doesn't. I like.
Only thing, and I hope obviously I never wish injury. The only thing that will stop the Celtics from making the finals, because I think they're going to make some moves, and we can talk about that even further in another episode, or whatever. But I think they could make some moves that would put them way over the top, guaranteed type of
I
scenario.
don't think, but that's the thing. I don't think they need to make significant moves. They
So
just need to make
just a
small
center,
moves.
a significant center was my thing, but
Well,
uh,
even with that, I don't think anything is like. Here's the thing: Daniel Tice and Robert Williams are the two that I see as like the ones that will like definitely be there. So if you're going to get another center, you go after like a Dwight Howard, Boogie Cousins type of player. Maybe even see if Mo Bamba, like I know he had the COVID situation going on.
right,
If he's healed up from that,
right.
trading for Mo Bamba. I don't think they need to make anything significant in
You know
terms of
who
moves.
might fit really really well with you guys? I'm not sure you can make the cap work, but maybe you can.
Mhm.
Harrell,
I don't think we can make that cap work, bro.
but
I don't think
I
we can
mean
make that work
what you tell, but
because
what you
he's going
everything
for a
you
max
just.
contract right now,
Oh
right?
yeah, but well, he ain't get that shit. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
6 man of the year, so you
yeah,
know he's willing to come off the bench.
yeah,
You told me just now two guys you think are going to be rotating starters, right?
yeah,
You bring Harrell in, who can play the 4 and the 5.
yeah. No, I
Push
would
hit.
love Harold. I would
I
love
mean,
Harold there.
no, I'm saying like if you
Yeah,
could find a way to make it
yeah.
work for sign and trade. I mean,
See,
maybe
at
one of the
that
young
point,
guys to help the Clippers out, and they sign and trade with you.
yeah,
So
at that point, I would say you give up Ojale, Wanamaker, Poirier. Dump
draft
the
pick,
guys we
honestly,
and the draft picks.
I think they need to
I
get
don't
some
think.
back. They need to get
Here's
some back because it's Paul George shit.
yeah. Here's the thing. This is what I was saying this the other day. The draft picks that we have 3 first round Three first
They're
rounders.
you're not drafting three guys this on
We don't need
our
to.
Wednesday. There's no
There's
way.
there's no way in hell we draft three guys. So
Right.
here's the thing: trade them. That's why I'm fine with. I would be fine with
That's why I think a
trading
sign
all
and trade
three
could work, man. A sign and trade for Harold. That
if for some reason uh Hayward wants to do the sign and trade, you center the package around Hayward, go get Harold. I'm fine with that. Like I'm not because Romeo
I
Langford
think
is
for
being
me,
groomed.
this is a big thing for me finding a big man. Right. I've
Uh-huh.
said that no matter what six man or start or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Um, you, I think Harold, Rondo, and a shooter guarantees you guys the finals.
Harold, Rondo, and
And
Corver.
another shooter. Well, yeah, Cover. I mean, just shooter in general. I don't care who it is, but
Yeah. Or
KCP,
Rodney Hood is a decent shooter.
KCP.
Casey, well, yeah, maybe. Nah, I don't.
Defense and shooting, bro. Come
I don't.
on, man. You don't need them, but
KCP isn't. Yeah, I'll take him. I'll
I
take
mean,
him.
why not?
I'll take him. I'll take him. I'm not mad. I'm
I'm
not
just
mad
saying,
at that.
like, it's an option. He's not gonna go there because
Yeah,
too much money, obviously. But
yeah.
um, I
But they
mean,
don't. Boston doesn't need to make significant moves. But the
listen,
two
I think
teams.
Harold Rondo could do it for me, for you guys.
Yeah, the
I mean,
two.
you see more of an everyday thing with the Celtics, but
Yeah, yeah. The two teams for me in the East that to me are a shoe in for the Eastern Conference Finals. Finals, with like whichever one you want to swap them out for. Boston and Miami. Those are the only two teams that I can say for sure I see going
I don't see
far.
Miami making it, man.
I, bro, to be
I
completely honest,
they
the only
they
reason
had
why they didn't,
a
the only reason why they
hell
didn't
of a
do
run.
anything, the only reason why they didn't do anything in the finals is because of injury. That's really it. That's really I
Yeah,
gotta
I mean,
give it
but the
to them.
Lakers are missing Bradley, and I mean, you
No,
can't
they
really
weren't.
complain.
No, they weren't.
Davis was
No, they
hurt.
weren't.
Yes,
No,
they
they weren't.
were.
No,
What?
they weren't. No,
You
they
didn't
weren't.
want Bradley?
I was they
You would
won't.
have.
No, I'm talking about against Miami. They didn't
No, I'm
miss
saying they
Bradley.
were not miss him, but they were missing him. So you can't say like, well, they were
Oh,
missing this guy.
that was because of injury though. He was healthy. He just
Well, he
didn't.
opted out. Yeah.
He opted out for
All right.
because
I'm saying like
kid.
like you can't go based off of who was and wasn't there because they didn't have someone too.
Oh, for
You know what I mean?
sure, for
He was
sure.
definitely an integral part of the rotation. So
Yeah, he most definitely was.
um,
I wouldn't disregard him like
yeah,
that,
no,
but
no, for sure. But
yeah,
so for me, I just that's just what I see for the Celtics. Harold, Rondo, keep the rest of the guys, make that shit happen. That makes a difference for me. But
you're not getting an argument from me.
yeah, no, shit. Who doesn't want Harold? I mean, Harold's he's a defensive liability at times, but you got Tice to back him up. You got, you know,
Marcus Smart,
who's homeboy? You just mentioned him. Oh, Robert Williams.
Robert Williams. Oh, and
He
how
plays
about
some good
this?
defense too.
Grant Williams plays 4 and 5.
Wait, Robert? No, Robert plays 3 and 2, right?
No. So
He's weird. Like
Grant
he's like
Grant is a bigger version of Marcus Smart. That's
who?
why like the
Robert plays what?
Robert plays a
Three,
5. Robert is the
just the
one.
5.
Yeah, Robert is
The tall one.
the
Okay, yeah,
tall
yeah. I
center.
remember him. Yeah. Okay, I
Grant
was
is the shorter
not
center.
too
So
many damn Williams.
we have two. So when we play small ball, Grant at the 5 is what is where we go.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah,
But you can
so
argue maybe you put Harold in that
you could put
position.
Harold at the 5. You could put
Right.
Grant Williams at the 4. It that
Right.
would
Because I
be
think
very
Harold really is
enticing.
a four. That's why he struggled because he tried to play
Yeah,
the 5 a lot in the
yeah,
Clippers. He struggled.
yeah, and he doesn't
But he
need
still
to.
won 6 man. So shit.
Yeah, yeah,
um. All right, so let's go over a couple of the free agents. We're talking free agents and stuff, man. So
yeah.
where do you think? I'll go over a couple, just random, just drop the spot you think they might land at. Let's play a
Yeah.
little game.
All right.
Um, no, I mean you can go in depth if you feel like it, but we're just gonna go through each one and call it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rodney Hood.
Whew. Rodney Hood. I don't know why Miami feels like the spot.
I think I can make it work. I see that.
Miami. Depending on what happens in Toronto, Toronto might be a spot. Um. Hey, Milwaukee.
Mm, 6 man
You need
or
a
off the bench.
bench. Yeah, you need a
Yeah,
bench. So
I didn't think about that.
maybe
Okay,
those are some places for him.
I like that. All right,
Yeah.
Kyle Korver. I know you want him with the Celtics. So let's skip that one.
Yeah, for sure. I would love him on the Celtics. Reunite him with.
Intriguing name here, Marcus Morris Sr. So in the scenario we're talking about getting rid of Hayward for Harold. Let's say if that had to be the case, you had to get rid of Hayward. Marcus Morris.
I would love
He
Marcus Morris.
he
He's a dog.
does what Hayward does.
Marcus Morris?
He ran point for the Knicks.
He can. That's he wouldn't do that in
I mean, you
Boston.
wouldn't it wouldn't be dependent on. I'm just saying,
Yeah, yeah,
he
he
can.
can. He can. A former Celtic I would prefer to come back to Boston would be Aaron Baines. That's someone that's an unsung player for Phoenix. That's someone that Phoenix should
They gotta
want to
bring back.
keep.
Right.
They
Great role
should
player.
want to, but I don't know if he's gonna stay.
Right.
Um, I would take him back in Boston because he's a
He go back there in a
five.
heartbeat.
Yeah, he can shoot from the three. I mean, he played from his last year in Boston to his first year in Phoenix. Those are his best years shooting from the perimeter. So he can only get better with that. And I think being in Boston would be, I think that would be his preference, to be completely honest.
Right.
So why not? But Marcus Morris, I love him. So why not bring him back? Why not? Like again, we don't need to make big moves. So those two guys
Yeah.
wouldn't even cost you about like 5 million. So yeah, I'm good with
Okay.
either one of those guys.
Where you think KCP ends up?
I think he's gonna probably stay in LA. I think
Man,
ultimately he'll
you
play.
think that clutch boy is gonna stay with his homeboy?
I think so. I think so.
Man, I
There's a
heard the
couple.
Hawks really want him though.
They do.
That's been a rumor. The Hawks want him bad. So hey, they come out and say 12 to 15 million a year. Does he say
Oh yeah,
no?
he goes. No, no, no.
I mean,
He's
come
gonna
on,
go
he
where
ain't
he's
stupid.
gonna go where the money is. He
The
got to
only
stay in
thing I'll say, and this the reason why he won't stay, and I think the Lakers need him to stay because they're running out of
Yeah,
players.
yeah.
Magic leaving hurts them in this scenario, and I'll tell you why.
Mm,
Bef- Before LeBron got there,
mm.
Magic knew LeBron was going, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That year before, the year that they were all the young kids were there and LeBron was not, and LeBron
mm,
was still in Cleveland, they gave KCP 25 million for that year. I
yeah,
think that was Magic saying, "Here's your bump now.
yeah.
When LeBron's here, we're gonna
Take
need
the
you to hook
cut.
a brother up."
Yeah,
They don't got that Magic Johnson to make that magic happen no more.
yeah, yeah,
The KCP saying, "I didn't make that fucking agreement with the Lakers. I
yeah.
made it with the best point guard of all time."
Yes.
I ain't fought. What do you say? I'm not
I
gonna
love
be
to hear.
there. I'm not gonna be there.
And you know what's
Listen,
funny too? I think I think I think I think you're right. Um if he goes to Atlanta, you know who I'm intrigued as to why he hasn't been on the Lakers this year? Andre Ingram. You remember that guy that was with
yeah, the old dude. Go ahead.
the
Well,
old
he
guy?
got hired as a GM now.
Oh, he's not playing anymore?
No, he's the GM of the. Well, yes and no. I think he might still be playing for the team as a GM, but
Oh.
he's now the GM of the South Bay. They
Oh.
hired him as GM. Yeah, they're keeping him in the organization. I love it. Yeah, he's. I mean, he's like 37, bro. It's about time.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But he
I thought when he came before LeBron that year. You're talking about the same year when he came up
yeah,
before LeBron came.
yeah.
They were dumb for not bringing him in to be a shooter that year.
Bro, I mean
After,
honestly, even now he would still be a really good
oh
shooter to
yeah.
come off
I
the
mean, look
bench.
at Corver. Corver's almost 40. He's still
Yeah.
shooting. I mean,
Yeah. So I like
but I
if
mean,
we could somehow
that dude,
figure out some
you could
way.
tell that dude had a plan, a business plan, and he
Yeah.
saved all his money, invested
Yeah.
all that stuff. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
he's just gonna sit as a GM, make his way up to an NBA GM someday, and call it a day. But
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be a
Lakers probably
smart
will never
move.
let him walk. I mean, it's a smart move for him and
Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah.
Carmelo, I'm gonna take this one because that's my boy. I'm
Mm.
a Melo fan.
Mm.
Lakers, bro. I Although that competitive thing nature we talked about is there when it comes to Melo, for me, I don't think. I think I would just love to see Melo get a ring as a big
You know what's funny?
to the NBA.
I don't think the ring is that means that much to him anymore.
I don't think it
I
ever
honestly
did.
because
To be real.
right, because when I truly felt like started feeling like that was when he just declined to leave New York for Chicago. That's when it
Right.
made me understand, okay, yeah, this is definitely not about a ring.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know that he's going to go to LA because the competitor. That to me, I just don't see it. I could see him staying in Portland for another year. I could see him going to Phoenix. I could see him returning to New York, possibly going to Miami, possibly going to Miami. But I don't, I don't think he wants to play with LeBron. As much as they talked about the Banana Boat Brothers playing on one team one day,
Right.
I don't think he wants to play with LeBron because,
Yeah, it's so way past.
yeah, as a competitor, like I want to go up against the best as much as I want to, as I can.
Right.
And would it be nice to win a ring? Yes, but that ego is was there, and I think that he's going to want to be in that lane of competing versus winning a
I'd rather
championship.
lose putting out a putting on punches than win being a chump. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like that you mentioned ego because before Melo's ego was selfishness. I think
Yes.
this ego, he always had both. He had a little bit of selfishness back in the day with
Hmm.
competitiveness.
Yeah.
Right now, I think it's just that competitiveness. He's
Hmm.
not going for money. He's not trying to be the highest paid star. He's not trying to be the most talked about star. He
Hmm.
wants to win on his own terms, and if he doesn't win, he's happy with it because he tried.
Yep. I mean, he
But
already thought his career was already
with
over.
all that, brother, I think he's going to Lakers. So Anthony Davis, he's a free agent. Technically, we already know where he's going.
Yeah.
If the Pelicans let Ingram go, they're stupid. It's not going to happen. Fred
Oh
Van
yeah.
Fleet is interesting to me.
Yes. Yes. He's
They
gonna cash.
are
He's gonna try to cash
already
out.
giving Lowry a lot of money,
Yeah.
and I Van Fleet to me, and it's kind of funny because DeRozan's there now, but he's a Spur
You
to
see
me.
him going
Van
to San
Fleet,
Antonio.
he just he reeks Spur to me. Does he
Really?
not? Look at his game, right?
Yeah. No,
Look
I
at
could
his
see
play
that.
style. Look at his off the court, on the court,
I could see that. But here's the
off the
thing:
bench. I mean,
you're talking about the Spurs of old. This,
oh, the Spurs of old are still there, just not the talent. I mean, it's still
yeah,
Popovich.
they Pop is on his way out, from what I can tell.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But I just, if you still talk about the Spurs way because he's there, Pop is
Yeah,
still there. Um, he just fits that to me. I don't know, something about it. Now,
it'll be intriguing.
if he's money chasing, he's going to Orlando, in my opinion. Orlando needs a point guard. They haven't had a
Yes,
point guard since Jameer Nelson.
yes,
Um, they have
and they're looking to trade.
Vucevic.
Yeah, they're looking to trade Aaron Gordon.
Right. So I mean, maybe signing or I don't know, be signing trade or some kind of scenario where Aaron goes to a third team or something, but clear up the cap space. But I think Van Fleet and Vucevic would be a nice little combo. They can get the seventh seed again. I think they
Yeah, you
could.
got Fultz there.
Yeah.
That
I
would
mean,
be
Van Fleet plays off the ball
exactly.
too. So that's what's good. You can switch them up between each other. So
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. So money chasing. I think Orlando. A little bit less money at the Spurs way. I think the Spurs. I think he fits that
So
mold.
you
But
think he still would sign with the Spurs if the Spurs trade DeRozan to LA?
yes.
And if they do trade him to LA, what are they getting back for DeRozan?
Wait, hold on. That ain't happening no more. That that they have no contracts to trade. Like they
Who?
traded Danny Green's 15 million for Schroeder. The
Right.
Lakers can't. Yeah, Lakers can't trade for anybody.
Oh, so they're capped out now.
I I mean, Kuzma's on a $2 million. Yeah, no, they.
Because with Anthony Davis declining, that's how I was looking at it. With him declining, it allows him to make certain moves
So this is something
before
I
he
love to
signs.
talk about one day with a cap guy. Maybe
Yeah,
finding somebody who does like
yeah,
on the lower level, this understanding of the cap and how that works.
yeah,
If Davis opting out, can they use that cap space first, then sign Davis? Is what you're saying, right?
yeah, yeah.
I don't think that's the case because I think there's still something called a cap. This is from my low key, barely understanding cap.
Mm.
There's still a cap hold on Davis. Now, what
Is
that
there?
means is so although he's a free agent, until you release his cap hold,
Hmm.
that cap still counts towards your cap.
Okay, I didn't realize that he had that.
But
Okay.
if they release that cap hold,
Hmm.
yes, you'll get the cap space, but you lose his bird rights, and then you can't sign him to a max deal.
Okay.
And Anthony Davis is walking his ass out that door if you don't sign him to a max deal. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
And I'm talking because Davis is going to sign a 1+1. He's not going to sign a long term
Oh,
deal.
he's not signed. No, here's the thing. I
But
don't
if they
think
release the cap
anyone ends
hold,
up. I don't think anyone from
Oh,
here on out really signs long-term deals.
maybe teams that are just commit like want to be there like long term before any of the COVID stuff, maybe. But
Yeah,
everybody else 1+1. And the thing is, why would Davis sign past LeBron's contract?
because it makes no
Because
sense.
LeBron might leave and go play with his son. Like that's already
Oh,
been a
not
thing for
might.
years.
When
He will.
when Bronny comes in, yeah, that's it. That's
When
it.
he
Yeah.
will be playing for the Charlotte or the Charlotte Hornets probably.
Yeah.
Imagine Bronny is up there, fucking LeBron playing for Jordan. That'd be nuts. Um,
That would be insane.
that'd be crazy. And Jordan
That'd
probably
be
kick.
insane.
Jordan would be like, "Nah, fuck that. Your son's trying to beat me too. You're off the team." He's salty as hell.
Oh man.
Uh, so Harrell, we were talking about Harrell. I think the Celtics would be a good fit if they can make that work. I'm not sure it can.
Yeah.
Hayward opted in. I had that written down before I found out who's opted in.
Wait, you said Hayward did opt in?
Hey, well, the rumors that he's going to, right? Didn't we say that already?
That's what I believe is going to end up happening because of the
Right.
money.
No, I thought there were rumors out there that he's actually going to because he'd be dumb to
Nah,
like
there.
get rid of him.
What the rumors that I saw was that he wasn't sure,
Okay. All right.
which
Well,
I don't see. Even with those rumors, I'm not even banking on them because I think that a lot of people have been talking about his uneasiness about his usage. His utilization has been limited because of his health, not
right.
because Brad Stevens did not use him.
No. If he
He
starts the
overused
year,
him, honestly,
yeah.
to be completely
Listen,
honest.
if he starts the year, plays the whole year, his utilization is going to go like this. But if you start the year, get hurt, have to come back, have to get reacclimated to the offense that's been playing well, it's going to take some time. You got to fit your way in, right?
Yeah.
So rather than being the piece, you're fitting your way in to be a part of the piece.
Yeah, and then
Um,
think about it. Someone as great as Gordon Hayward is your fourth option. Your fourth option.
right.
You see what I'm
That's
saying?
that's
Like
that's just crazy.
that's ridiculous. And then see, I don't think that he leaves ultimately because you keep two on the floor, two off the floor, just rotate them with the
Right.
bench.
Right.
I think they're gonna end up keeping him in there, so I'm not really worried about.
So we have Goran Dragic. I think so. This is kind of quick and easy. He's going to stay in Miami. He loves Miami.
Yeah,
I think Miami wants to keep him for one reason only. They're going to sign him to a 2-year deal, to a big ass contract, and because they're in luxury tax hell, they're going
Mhm.
to use his contract to absorb another superstar. Because Miami's smart as hell, knows what to do with. They know how to
Riley.
manipulate the cap better than anybody in the NBA. And it's not Pat Riley. It's funny you say that. There's a guy, and I can't remember his name because they talked about him when LeBron went to the Heat.
Mhm.
There's a guy, Riley. Literally, his job is just cap
See,
manipulating, figuring out how you can figure shit out. His role, he makes $200,000 a year to figure out how they can get another player.
see, that's exactly what I know we're only talking about basketball right now, but that's
Right.
exactly what I want the Eagles to do. You keep Howie there just to focus on Cap, and you bring in Lewis Riddick to be the GM. That's
Yeah.
all I want.
Yeah. We can move. Listen, it's all
That's all I want because
like
that
it's the
kind of
funny thing
feels
they say. The salary cap is a myth.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, in a way, yes and no. There is still a salary cap, but you
yeah,
find ways to manipulate it to make sure you can get what you need this year for the run that you want,
exactly.
and you will pay for it in the future for sure. But it's all about how you maneuver then for it after that, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
um,
Whoever they got doing that in Miami is a genius because
yeah,
bringing in Crowder, Iguodala,
brother, they brought in Jimmy Butler
and
with they were 40 million over the luxury tax.
yeah,
That in itself is a miracle, like that
yeah,
you can do that.
yeah,
I
yeah,
almost think they're cheating, but
probably.
so that's pretty much it for free agents. There's some other ones that are going to pop up, but I think we can wait to see what happens when Friday pops up. I think there's going to
This
be
is
a
gonna
lot of
be
signings. This whole week is going to be crazy for the NBA. I miss it. Like this part of the NBA excites me.
yeah.
Although like I'm a Knicks fan and nothing ever happens for us, but uh,
I don't know why
we
you're still a Knicks fan. I still
I'm a Knicks fan because things are changing. Thibodeau will make things happen, and after
no
this
he
year, I
won't.
am done if he
No he
doesn't.
won't. No
All
he
right, shut
won't.
up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Listen, we did have plans to talk about the draft, but I think we can hold off for now. Let's see what happens in the draft because I think a lot of
Yeah.
trades are going to happen. Um, there's a rumor that Timberwolves never even spoke to James Wiseman. They're trading that
I
pick.
w-
I mean,
I don't see why they would draft him. To
yeah,
be
but they got
completely honest.
Towns. But
Yeah,
I mean, why not draft him and then you and dangle his rights to another team that wants him? You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I think they're just going to trade the pick outright for sure. So a lot of stuff's going to happen. It's just tough to really know like what prospect's going to go where, who needs what. But
It'd be interesting if Golden
um,
State got him. It'd be interesting if Golden State got him.
eh, for me, it's the
They need a
window.
big,
It's yeah, they do, but is his game ready to fit their window? Right. So they have
most
three,
likely
four
not.
years.
Yeah,
They have 3, 4 years to win a chip.
yeah,
I mean, Clay's got 4 years, 4 year extension. Draymond's going to be gone. We all know that. Eventually, Steph Curry's getting older. I mean, so there's a lot of like angles to it. I just don't think he fits it. Now he's a great player. Can he make a little bit of an impact? Maybe a big impact. Who knows?
yeah.
But they can go for another guy and try to get a veteran or something like that. So
Al Horford.
I thought Joel Embiid if they wanted to reset,
I don't think they're gonna get Joel Embiid,
but
but
Al
Al
Horford would be
Horford would
dope.
be interesting.
Yeah, he fits. The thing is, people say he doesn't run up and down the court. Are they crazy?
Who said
That man
that?
work. Uh, Plenty of people on Twitter and all these other
See,
they're saying
this
that
is
he's
what
not a fat
happens when you
when
don't
narratives
watch
come out.
games. Yeah,
Th-
when you don't
Brother,
watch games.
I, and I'm gonna say pause to start this. Okay, pause.
Yeah. Okay.
Horford's in shape. Okay,
Yeah.
the dude is like boom, like
Yeah.
the only thing
Yeah.
that's stopping him is like 50 pounds of muscle. Like
Well, see, and that's the thing. Al Horford isn't like he's not like lightning fast on the court. He's not De'Aaron Fox.
no, but he
Why would
doesn't
you
need to be.
expect? Why would you expect that from a
He
five?
doesn't need to be.
Like for a big, he keeps up. He keeps up
Right.
with
He
everyone.
keeps he will stay at pace.
He
And the
knows
thing
where to
is the
be
Warriors,
for
they like to
transition.
run, but almost not really, right? Like they like to run to the half court and run quick off half court sets,
But
which
see,
is
that's the
literally
thing.
Horford's game.
They don't. That's
It's
the
his
thing. They
game.
don't need Al Horford to run the full length.
Nope. Because what is he gonna do? He's gonna high put. Draymond likes to dribble at the top of the key,
hmm
right? And Horford likes to run the high post. Okay, so
hmm
you run the high post, you run the pick for Draymond rather than having JaVale McGee run that pick, right?
And kick it out.
You kick it out to Steph or Clay, or you hit Horford on the cut, or hit Horford for the corner shot and the free throw.
Yeah.
Uh, does he not fit better than JaVale?
Oh, he's
I
significantly
mean,
better than
so
JaVale.
yeah, I agree. Some
Yeah.
people like to say he don't know.
They
Watch the
don't watch
games.
basketball. That's
Watch the
that's
games
the
for me.
problem. Yeah.
So I'm gonna give a quick. We talked about the Celtics. So I'm gonna give a quick breakdown of what I think the Knicks are gonna do. Okay,
Okay.
I think they're going for a point guard for sure. I think that
hmm
point guard is gonna be either Westbrook, one of the top point guards in the draft, whether it's Cole Anthony or the French dude. Oh my god, I can't remember his name now. Killian Hayes
Killing Hayes, yeah.
or Lamelo if they can find a way to move out the draft. But I think again, it's going to cost too much.
Where are you guys
But
picking again?
we're eighth,
Eighth. Okay.
so
Oh yeah,
I
that's
mean, it's far to get Lamelo.
yeah,
It'll
yeah.
take a lot, but we have assets that are not ours, right? Like we don't have to trade. We could trade a Dallas pick and the 27th pick to maybe move up 3 spots. Maybe that gets us Melo if he falls.
I don't think
You know, I,
Melo falls lower than three.
Yeah, I mean, arguably he doesn't for sure, but I
Yeah,
mean, maybe the Warriors want to get out of that pick that bad, and he falls to second, and we get him there. You know what I mean? So,
possibly, possibly.
nothing's impossible, but I would be okay with Westbrook. He brings some kind of stardom. He brings a little bit of excitement to the Garden. Um,
Fashion week too.
he's all that's all fashion my ass. That ain't fashion. Look, I'm excited. I think for the first time ever, they're not willing to mortgage the future for something that's not guaranteed.
Yeah,
Not yet, at least.
yeah,
Like if the Milwaukee trade for all that it's crazy for how much they gave up, they're in a position to make a trade like that
right,
because they do have a superstar.
right,
We don't have that yet. We never had that. We were giving
yeah,
up too much when we never had any of that.
right,
And now it seems like Thibodeau is yes, he's pushing for vets, he's pushing for a win now, but he also understands he's going to develop. Hearing all his interviews, he's speaking of the first two guys you mentioned is Robinson and Barron, and he's like Knox is getting traded because that man did not mention Knox one time in this whole hour and a half interview. He's getting traded. I think he's a piece. He's a piece that could be used to move up in the
yeah,
draft or something like that. Maybe who knows? But the Knicks are they're patient, man. For the first time ever, I feel good. But then probably by tomorrow, we're signing Melo to a max contract. We
bro.
traded for CP3's corpse, and we're sitting at like 10-63 by June, and I'm crying. And then I'm moving to be a
uh,
Celtics fan. No, I can't even. You know what, brother? I can't even stand moving to be a Celtics fan. You know why? Because I don't want to bring my negative energy to you. I love you as a brother,
bro,
and I can't bring that negative energy. To you. So what
you
I'm gonna
wouldn't
do is
have negative
I'm
energy
gonna
if you
watch
were a
the
Celtics fan.
European. No, but the thing is, I bring that shit. You don't want my tainted toxicness. I'm gonna go be European
Yeah,
League. I'm gonna go watch the Europeans.
yeah, yeah,
That's all I'm gonna
yeah.
do. But hey,
what do-
hey, listen. I
what
will
do you
say,
think about trading for Derrick Rose?
Knicks.
Yeah,
We tried that. Nah, you don't remember that?
he's yeah. I know. I remember. I remember.
I wish
I
I didn't.
remember.
So no, I'm okay.
But
He didn't
he's
show up to the
argu-
game.
yeah, but he's arguably better now.
Good for him. I hope he has a great time wherever he is.
I would trade for him in a heartbeat.
Derek, fuck. If any player, if you had a chance to slap the shit out of Kyrie right now, you know damn well you would, and you would not take him back.
No, I wouldn't slap him. I wouldn't slap him.
Probably just flick him on the nose.
I'd have some choice words, but I would.
You would have some choice words,
I'd
and
have
you
some
wouldn't
choice
want him
words.
back.
Well, no,
Okay,
no,
so
not at all. But
Derek was the same thing.
I don't think Derrick Rose is as bad as to the Knicks as Kyrie was to the Celtics.
No, no, you're right, but he didn't show up to a game, so I don't know what to really like. Your
Kyrie
job is
didn't
to
show
play
up to a
basketball.
game.
Kyrie didn't
Kyrie
show up
didn't
to
show up to a
life. The man
game.
still doesn't understand that the Earth is not flat. Like I don't know what else. I
Kyrie didn't show up to a few games
you're
actually.
comparing an extreme to like a not right. Like I'm not. We all know Kyrie is a whole different level. So,
Oh man,
look, I think the NBA is going to be exciting, man. I think
I'm
no
excited
matter
for
what
it.
happens, we're going to have our picks once everything's all set roster wise and the season gets started. But we'll talk
Yeah.
more about that with the rest of the crew and whatnot. But I'm
Yep,
ready for it, bro.
bro.
I'm ready for it, bro.
Yeah. All I have to say now is Gordon Hayward opt in, bro.
Hey,
That's
hey, for
it.
me, all I can say is Knicks, Knicks, Knicks. Please be patient, please. I'm
They're
begging you.
gonna break your
I
heart.
thought you were gonna hire Jason Kidd, and I almost slammed my fucking computer. Okay, he wasn't hired. Thibodeau, maybe not the best choice, but I want to Atkinson is what it is. I'll take Thibodeau. Okay, you've been patient. You didn't fucking trade for no dumbass contract. The only way you take in a bad contract is if you get draft picks. If you get
Yeah.
draft picks, I don't care.
Yeah.
So Knicks, all I'm begging is to not make a dumbass decision, please.
Yeah,
Please.
they are going to
James
break your
Dolan, you
heart.
stay your ass in your goddamn basement. And if you leave your condo anytime this week to make a decision for the Knicks, I'm done. Stay home.
Bro, you should
Please.
have
I'm
been done
talking
with
to
this
you.
team 10 years ago.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about right now.
I-
Look, hey, but I will say this, again, this is the sideline guys all up on the sidelines here. We're
Sir.
here for you every day over here on Apple Music and Spotify and Six Families Radio. Go ahead, hit the subscribe. We'll be on YouTube as well. Go and subscribe.
Oh yeah.
Some giveaways coming. We're gonna want to do
Yeah.
some game giveaways for the new
Yeah.
consoles.
Yeah.
Um, we're gonna want to give away free subscriptions to Apple Music. I've talked about it in my head and never really talked to Derek about
Yeah.
it. He's probably like,
Yeah.
"What the hell are you talking
No,
about?"
no. Actually,
Uh,
I thought about the
uh,
same thing. So yeah.
yeah, we think about just bringing in
Yeah.
different subscribers any way we can. Every time you share, we appreciate it. Get on the group, get on the Facebook page. You're more than welcome. It's a family.
Most
We're all
definitely.
family at OTS.
Most
Raise
definitely.
that bar, baby. Raise that bar.
That's all you do.
Hey, hey,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Well, we'll catch y'all later.
peace.